Yeah, we forgot to do your claws last night. How was your first sleep back in the van? Oh, really? I'll take that into consideration when I start adding things, okay? All right. Good girl. Ooh, I will say this, it is very nice waking up and having your feet right in front of the heating vent. You can even just adjust it down so it's pointed right at my tootsies. Ooh, story of my life right now, living out of a plastic box. And I got this little can of food for Penny, which I'm sure she's gagging for right now. But yeah, there she is. Can you make that jump? Wait. Can you make that jump? Let's see. Come here. Can you make it? That'd be pretty impressive. The tab ripped off this thing yesterday when I went to feed her at Mom and Dad's, so I couldn't get into the darn can. So I'm hoping it should be a pretty simple solution. Oh, with a can opener. If I hadn't stopped this from opening, the hinge would have flung her water dish back. Of course, do we think I can actually find a... No, I'm not going to be able to find it that way. Come here, food dish. This needs to be addressed later today. Put it on the docket of shit to do. There's supposed to be... I thought I put a can opener in here. Oh, I swear. Is it? No. What? All right, well, I don't know what I did with it. I know I definitely have one in here somewhere. We're just gonna make it easier on ourselves for today and stop fussing around. Of course now, yeah, see, this will be, get out of here. All right, food dish back. Wait a second. Yeah, you don't need a whole can sitting out all day again. Quality content, come here. Go into our roll here and spoony spoon. I'm just waiting so patiently. That'll be Penny's spoon for now. In the garbage. Go, and where did I put? Oh, it's right there. See. Go. Save that one for later. Come on. You hungry? I know you want it. You're trying to figure out how to get there? Do you need help, old lady? Do you require assistance? Back in the van one day and you're already lazy. There you go. Put that back a bit for you. Good girl. Good girl. Where did I put all of that stuff? No idea. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm waking up for the first time in the new build in the Walmart parking lot, and not a bad sleep last night. The heater works great. It's still ticking away on low. I'm about to run into Walmart to use the washroom. I'm going to crank it to high, and we're going to crank the fan wide open because it's not super cold right now, and I don't want the little kitty cat to fricassee while we're in there. Few things to get done today to stay on point. The bed is the biggest thing, although I'm still waiting to hear back from the gentleman who I'm giving my old mattress to. So that got to get out of here before we can get the new one, and we got to get the whole place organized for that because we got a lot of stuff on the side of the bed here that we'll have to move, because the only reason that stuff is there is because the current mattress doesn't go all the way to the wall, whereas the new one, if you're new around here, will. Ah, yes. Big old trucks being back in the Walmart parking lot. Immediate slap up the head and reminder of what it's like to live next to large vehicles. Another thing that is on the docket, but I feel like will be on the docket for a while, is some sort of additional storage, right? Because this is out of control. I mean, it's unnecessarily out of control. This is the secondary thing for those spice racks. I do want to get those up and out of the way today. The sign has to get posted somewhere because I absolutely love it. And the wipes and stuff will live in the back and whatnot. So not hugely detrimental. My cup could go in the sink as an example. This is why I did debate putting a flip down like countertop over that would come down over top of the fridge, but the fridge works just fine. I mean, even with a fold down countertop, I would still have to clear everything off of it just to fold that up in order to get at the fridge. And all of this is to say it's very frustrating with all of this stuff up here. in order to get at my morning beverages. Hi-ya! Nailed it. First Revita tea, back in Lucky, full time. Careful, you're at risk of possibly liking something I do as well. Okay, and we are back to small quarters living. Laundry bag, dirty laundry from yesterday. Gather it all up. I have to find a spot for this to live. Probably the same spot it was before. Footwell of the passenger seat, just on top of Penny's extra wood pellets. That's my guess. She's really loving the swivel seat. You're back there already, licking your lips, as you do. Hello. So yeah, storage space is going to be an ongoing thing for sure. I did mention briefly at the end of the last episode, like right here, I had cabinetry in the last build. And while I don't want to have a whole protruding cabinetry, and it can't go all the way down because the bed, mattress, platform, there needs to be something here because we're totally not utilizing this space, right? I want to try to avoid crazy clutter for sure. Best of intentions, right? Let's remember this moment. We flash forward a year and there's shit everywhere again. So I smack my TV. But yeah, we just need a few more things because right now I'm just living out of bags and on top of surfaces, which is frustrating to say the least. Speaking of the TV, got to put AAA batteries on the list for the TV remote. Fear not though, I was able to watch an episode of Fallout last night. I just did it on my laptop, which was fine. More to the point, when I'm in Walmart, batteries and also the floor. So in rebuilding the van, of course, I got rid of my insulation. Now, it wasn't actual insulation because it wasn't permanent. I mean, I guess I should say it was actual insulation because it did insulate from the cold floor. The floor being cold right now is not the issue. It is more so my old man knees being the issue. I do tend to spend a lot of my time on my knees moving around in this space when I'm in here. And the laminate that is the floor of Lucky is very, very hard on said knees. So I found that those puzzle pieces that I got recently, the like colorful ones for Brooklyn's room, I just get them in black. They are great. I don't know, they're probably about an inch thick or so. And they work really well and they cut even better with an X-Acto knife, so you can get them to fit in the space that you need. So that is definitely a goal for today. And like I said, probably a first goal once I get into Walmart after, well, after nature calls, because let's get serious. It's first thing in the morning. I am a growing man who had a whole bunch of oil and bread last night. I am not growing, and that is probably going to cause the opposite of what I needed to, but moving right along. Oh, for crying out loud, I just looked outside for my morning Patreon clip saying hi to everybody, and it bloody snowed outside. I don't want to take the window blocker off again. It'll cause problems, but I'm going to go out the driver's door. I'm going back to the Kootenays. What is this nonsense weather, Alberta? Get your poop in a group. Ridiculous. Okay, so first things first, we're going to turn the fan on. So it is set to out. So we'll exhaust some heat out of here, and we're going to crank this bad boy up. Run on high, heat the home. Don't melt anything. This will be a good test though. And time to run into Hotel Walmart. Better put on a jacket, it's -1. This weather is atrocious. Boots on. They're a little chilly. Next winter is definitely going to be interesting. This whole new setup. Now the question is, do I need this jacket or not? Let's see. Oh my, it's still snowing. Yeah, I'm gonna put the jacket on. Well, welcome back to Calgary. Walking in a winter wonderland. Bullshit. This is why I didn't change my tires. Not that it's probably gonna stick around on the ground, but still, it's not even May yet. It's very much so the middle of April when I'm filming this. Canada. Okay. I'm also going to need new sheets. Again, because the bed is larger. I don't know if Queen is going to be big enough. I'll have to double check the sizes, but I think I might have painted myself into a corner a bit with the size of the bed I went with. All right, well, who needs a fitted sheet? Okay, change of plans. So the subscriber that I'm giving my mattress to, he actually works when it snows, which when I reached out to him last week or the week before about getting the bed, he said, oh, I'll probably be fine. I'll probably have the day off with the way the weather's been. Because of course. So now he's got to head out in less than half an hour, and I'd rather not muck around. I just want to get this over and done with. So we got to drop Grace, get Lucky road ready. Then we will get back here, grab Grace, get all of our stuff, and move right along. That's one thing I left in New Denver. My vacuum for my window. That's unfortunate. Well, figure it out. All right, I got everything disassembled, all the bedding pressed to that side, bed ready to go. The place is, I don't even want to talk about it. Grace, we'll be back. Oh, why is it snowing? Because it's winter, Matthew. Shut up. There's a snow brush in Grace. We don't got time for that. There we go. All right, onwards to glory. Turns out you can drive with the seat in the other way when there's no passenger. I can see my mirror. I must have had it slid all the way back last time, which is good because this was a huge time saver. Right, Penny? Yeah, sure. All right, great success. We are down a mattress. Thanks again for taking that off my hands, sir. I do appreciate that. And we got all the room to get the new bed in there. Although one thing I forgot to mention as well, if you missed the last video, the struts in my electrical box are broken. It would probably be smart to fix those before I get the bed. I mean, I could do it with it in here. I mean, I could even not open it. Usually from Dormier, the mattresses come in vacuum sealed and in a roll. Vacuum sealed in plastic but rolled up, you know what I mean? But it's still gonna be the same length overall. So, but now, where am I? I gotta find a Home Depot. Found one! With the Canadian flag adorned on top, shining like a beacon in the distance. Fix my bed! All right, you don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, we got some screws. Show those in a minute. I also picked this up, which is a really cool, like, rubberized. Oh, it's harder now that it's been out in the cold. It's like a rubberized stair finish that I'm thinking would work really good right here. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut that. Didn't think about that. Well, this is a project for the future. And we're gonna do our best forest here and do a little bit of van building in the Home Depot parking lot. That's my plan. Once I get all of the cleaned up. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. One night back in the van, stuff everywhere. All right, first things first. Let's come back here and get what we need. Oh. All right, we're gonna need our impact driver. We're gonna need the bits for said impact driver. We won't need anything in our screws because we just bought screws, right? No, I don't need that right now. What else did I think I needed? Oh yeah, the vacuum, because we're gonna make a mess. And probably our tool roll would be a good idea, because I think that's where my X-Acto knife lives. I did not get mats from here. They had like proper rubberized mats. They were literally classified as gym mats. It didn't seem as soft, so didn't go for that. I'm not gonna chuck the vacuum or the impact driver. Just gonna gently place those there. Racking my brain so I don't have to come back here. We should be good to go. Okay, lock it up. Yeah, so the rubber right here is what I was talking about, right? Push that back, get your open the group, bloody breaker bar. But when I originally did my stairs, I just did them in this laminate, and I had this like nose piece on here, and you can see it's gotten to be, well, let's just say it's seen better days. So that needs to come off, and then that rubberized piece can go here. It'll be a lot easier to clean. That was my brainchild on that. It was only $6 for that big piece of rubberized mat. So in the tiny home, safe and secure because we're back in the big city. And oh, I know. Where'd the light switch? Oh, there it is. The light switch. Perfect. Okay. I need to get this space organized, and then we'll get inside the electrical box. Okay, so I got about as much room as I'm gonna need here probably. I had to go get the construction adhesive as well. There was one more thing that I wanted to add. Oh, and where are my, hello, good morning fridge. Every time. Need my wood bits from up here. There we go. Put them there until I need them. And this is what I went with. I went with 14x1 self-tapping screws. So they are 1 inch long with a 14 head, as far as I understand the way that the numerical scheme works for screws. And I walked these over to the 1/2 inch plywood in Home Depot and held it up to 2 of them to make sure it wouldn't come through too much. The tip kind of came through, but just the tip. Everybody just calm down. It will also be going through the foot, right? So, yeah, they just tore right out of here. So my repair idea is we're going to put one of these on the other side of the foot in between and then mount it that way. So like I was saying yesterday, I'm just going to do this and show it to you when I'm done because I don't really know how to film it effectively and keep it entertaining. You dig? And I know what you're thinking. Matthew, why do you need to put struts on there if the lid is currently staying up on its own? Well, yes, it is, but only because I've jammed it up against either side of the wall. I can't imagine that that tension is going to work very well when the mattress is here. That's why. Oh, well, now I know why it makes sense to do stuff like this in the parking lot of the bloody Home Depot. These screws, I mean, I already knew that. I did it forever ago, actually. I was in a Home Depot parking lot building stuff. Who remembers that? Anyway, it turns out, no, these are not long enough. I'm gonna need at least 1.5 inches long, I think. It's just, I get it through one piece of plywood, and it just simply will not go, not after it hits the foot. So 1.5, maybe 1.25, 1.5, I don't know. This is gonna be screws sticking up into the mattress. We'll figure it out. Back into Home Depot. This looks so big. All right, let's give these a try. Whew. Okay, it's done. The only reason it was so difficult is because it's awkward angles. Now there's a fridge here and a cupboard here. Ugh. But it is done. Let's see how well it opens here. Very hard, still very hard to do with one hand. The tension hasn't changed any. Let's flip it up over this way. There we go. Cool. I got construction adhesive on both of them as well. We are back in business. We'll see if it lasts. It should. Technically, we've increased the strength quite a bit. Unfortunately, since it doesn't come in 1.25 inch, we've got this situation happening now. So, a couple options. I could go buy a grinder because I'm going to need one for the future anyway. I can get my Dremel. It's in the Thule on the roof and it's yuck outside. Or I can just leave it, right? Obviously, that's going to jab into the mattress, right? Same on this side. It's the same size of wood. Not only is the Dremel in the Thule, which is yucky outside to get at, I don't think my wheels are good enough to cut through those. Like, cutting through the hinges was one thing. I don't know that I'm getting through these zinc-plated self-tappers, and I don't feel like buying that grinder right now. What's funny is the metal cutting wheels, well, no, I was gonna say they're like the same price. They're not, but the metal cutting wheels are like $26 for the Dremel, and the grinder's like $68 or something. I don't need either right now that badly. I think I'm just gonna leave it. This mattress never gets flipped. It's not a mattress you use in the other orientation, right? Because of the hinge that it has. Little tiny in the bottom. What's gonna happen? We're gonna have a little bit of a princess and the pea situation. Alternatively, I could try to screw other pieces of wood down, but I'm probably just going to leave it because I know it's going to frustrate somebody. Just kidding. Come on, I wouldn't just leave those screw heads bare. And no, I couldn't put another piece of wood down because it's just the self-tapper part that's available. There's no threads, so it wouldn't actually pull a piece of wood down. So in lieu of getting the grinder or anything, there we go. This is a much better solution. No muss, no fuss. Until, of course, I need my oven mitts, but that's a long ways off. Boom. Problem solved. Okay, and just as a side note here, before we go get the bed, I just started Lucky up, and it took about 6 or 7 minutes of it sort of figuring stuff out, but the DC to DC charger has kicked on. We got a red solid light on the alternator there, and it's not as high right now. I mean, when it kicked on, it was only at about 70 watts, and interestingly enough, the solar light turned off, so it's only gonna do one at a time. Although granted, there's not a lot of solar today, so that wattage is quite low. I'm going to keep my eye on it and see if it increases. The old charger, my old DC to DC charger, which was a 40 amp charger, it would always like shoot up to like 450 watts. So this is a 50 amp one, so I don't know. What? It's interesting. Anyway, I'm just glad to know that it's working. So now we can charge up Lucky's house batteries whilst we drive around looking for a bed. But I gotta put all this stuff back in the big ass drawer, and then we're gonna get this organized because damn. Okay, we are figuring it out. We are figuring it out. Everything is kind of here in the living room. The bed platform is mostly clear. I think there's just my chair back there and the insulation board that goes on that window. Get to that down the line as well. For now, let's get over to Dormier and get the new mattress. Welcome home, new bed. Fancy. Yeah, we'll deal with this in a minute. Hey, there it is. It looks like nothing right now because there's so much stuff in the way. But I'll get to that. It's all vacuum sealed, ready to go, just like I said it would be. And it's a bit of a struggle to get it out of there. So I'm not going to record that because as quality content as it would be, I already did that with the last mattress. And not only is it not fun to open, it's even less fun to edit. So we're going to skip all of that. But before I do that, this is another reason I don't usually come up to this neck of the woods. It's far too tempting. Oh, no way! Wow, the universe definitely has my back today. I was coming up here for Taco Bell. For the longest time, this was like the last Taco Bell, as far as I knew, in Calgary. It was a Taco Bell KFC combo, and looks like KFC kicked Taco Bell the F out. All right, well, I won't be having diarrhea for one today. I'm okay with that. It keeps me well behaved because I don't want chicken. I'm just gonna fly past the drive-thru here and make sure. Yep, nope, no Mexican on that board at all. It's gotten away at a dodo. Does that mean if I want Taco Bell, I gotta go to Okotoks? Is anybody watching that lives in Okotoks or knows, is the Taco Bell KFC still there? Or has Canada completely abolished the poopy food? Okay, well, moving right along. To heck with Taco Bell, we making some eggs. And I've actually got some ice making right now so I can put them in a proper ice bath. Got a bowl ready here. I got my tongs ready over here to grab the eggs because they get real freaking hot in that steamer. It's interesting to see which one will finish first. I did start this considerably minutes before this. I think this is roughly 15, but we'll see. I'd like to have the ice ready because this is of dire importance to get these eggs into the ice bath. And yes, the bed is out. Miss Penelope is enjoying it. It is absolutely massive. And I'm sitting in the parking lot of the laundromat. I went and got some king size sheets from Walmart. I just went with like $20 Mainstays brand because the like nice 1200 thread count was $90. And I didn't need like the flat sheet or the pillowcase. So I just went with the cheap option because I still got all of that. So it's washing right now, and then we'll put it into the dryer cycle. I want to get this stuff done. I'd like to eat. I want to get the floor installed, which is over there. But before that, this was my reaction when I first got the bed unfurled, which I shared over on Patreon immediately. Woo! Oh my goodness. It is so big. Oh, I love it. Oh, it was a bit of a bitch to get undone and in here, but measurements seem pretty spot on. I think I shorted it a little bit out here. Maybe it'll expand out. Got a little extra foot room here, which is odd. Of course, I could also push it that way and make like a little, I don't know, something here. Okay, well, good night. I'm gonna enjoy my massive bed. Come on, Penny, come see the new bed. Oh yeah, we gotta cut your nails. You're sticking to everything. Yeah, let's find those clippers. Well, I don't know how we're gonna find anything in that mess, but here you go. Nice new giant bed. That's your spot, okay? You stay there. You stay there. I'm gonna be way over here. Perfect. So yeah, I am excited to get the sheet on it and get the bed made. I can't really put stuff on it right now because it's not made. So once the sheets are ready, my life will sort of finally come together, I feel, because it's just, today is a day of a lot of anxiety. Like not literal anxiety, but just like, put this stuff somewhere. It does not seem to be affecting Penny in the slightest. And you still need your nails trimmed. Don't think I have forgotten, lady. Pretty sure her clippers are somewhere in this purple bag. Oh yes, also while we wait for ice to make and eggs to hard boil, I got some packages in the mail. FedEx screwed up my Dixon order. They said they delivered it on Friday and the package was signed by X Allen. There ain't no X Allen that works at the Upas store, you bastards. So now, and I couldn't even get a hold of customer service. I had to do the automated thing on the phone to open up a claim. I tried to do it online because it's 2024 and it said an error has occurred. Probably because they think they delivered my package. Very frustrating. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I got some very kind gifts over here. First and foremost, I got this from Connie B. So coincidentally, it is the BT2 monitor for the charger that we were just talking about. This will allow me to wirelessly connect to it and change the settings to my user settings. Maybe we'll be able to pull a little bit more wattage out of it. So Connie, thank you so very much. That was very kind. That was on my wish list. I greatly appreciate that. We'll get that wired in, well, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. I don't know. There's lots going on right now, Connie. And then funny enough, where is it? This came from Susan, and I'm sure she's been pulling her hair out since the video went live where I made Penny's litter box, and she saw that I had step bits, but she also got me a Chinese set of step bits. She even said anything, might not be the best brand, but hey, better to have it than not need it, or whatever. So Susan, thank you very much. We'll keep this in the case for now, but chances are I'll end up paying this forward to somebody else because I don't know that I need that many step bits. There's 10 pieces in this one though, so I'll have to crack it open and take a peek and see what's inside. But thank you very much. The generosity is greatly appreciated, Susan. Thank you. Eggs are still boiling and there's 7 minutes left for the ice. The suspense is very thick around here. Also, when I was at Home Depot, I bought myself my first Milwaukee product. So I thought it was only appropriate. There we go. Little Milwaukee tape measure. It was at the checkout. I think it was like $4 or something. Because my tape measure again is in the toolie in my tool bag and it's yuck out. And I needed something to measure the floor for those mats when we get there. I kept my, where is it? Oh, goodness gracious. I thought I was organized. Well, I kept my X-Acto knife out somewhere so that we can do that project. Well, now there's an X-Acto knife floating around the van somewhere. I will find it, but yeah, I thought that was kind of cute. First Milwaukee product. You can put it on your keychain if you want, but I don't think I'll do that because it's tiny, but it's still a little bulky. Hey, 3 minutes left on the ice. The eggs are still cooking away. I'm just doing the next project here. When I ran into Walmart to get the mats for the floor, I also grabbed some little pieces of Velcro, and I am putting them onto the back of the new pirate sign. and I thought there's no better place really to put this. I was then over the refrigerator, right? I was thinking about above the sink, but I kind of want some sort of hanging basket here, and a mirror would be nice for sure. So I think this bad boy is gonna go, sorry about the angle, maybe right here for now. And Velcro means it's not permanent, but right above the source of the liquids. Look at that! Get the water pick out of there. I really like it there. Nice. Okay. Hopefully it stays. These were just those Velcro, like they're advertised to hold remotes on the wall and stuff. I can't remember how many poundages they're supposed to hold up, but it ain't much. You don't need anything too intense. Okay, put the water pick back. 2 minutes for the ice now. Oh no, the egg's just finished and the ice still has 1 minute left. So I'm just gonna turn on the faucet to fill my bowl, and I'm gonna start transferring eggs just into this water. Then we'll add the ice when it's done. Gotta stop the cooking process, otherwise your eggs get all gray and nasty. Go faster, go faster, go faster. Here we go. Not too shabby at all, mate. It's probably enough water, because there we go. 19 seconds for the ice to detach. Now 12 seconds, and there are eggs floating in their water. So they are cooling, thank goodness. I ended up actually moving the little magnet mount for my Dometic away from the wall a bit, which works out better. I moved it because we went for a drive and this ended up over here. So I think it's because it was actually touching the wall and it rattled it right off the magnetic base, which is great because this is not where the monitor will live. But I was talking in the last episode of having to use my Dremel to shorten up this metal base for the magnetic spices. Now I don't have to. Shoves right in there, no problem. That's probably where I'm gonna put the rest of the Velcro strips that I just bought. I hear you beeping at me, come on. There we go. Making a small little ice cube. Come here. Look at you, ice cubes. Shake, shake, shake. And there's a little escape hatch on this there on the side. You're supposed to be able to just, yeah, that doesn't work very well. Ice bath for the eggies. Oh, you two little stubborn ice cubes. Come here. There we go. Boom. Done and done. Soon we feast on eggs. Whoa. Wind helped open the door. Thank you very much. Okay. Gotta go switch the laundry over to dry, and we'll have a little bit more time to eat and make a floor, hopefully. I see that balance sheet.
Yes, sure.
25 cents, right? Yeah. Thank you. That's going to be enough. Hopefully that's enough. They're king size sheets, but they're thin. Hey Siri, start a timer for 26 minutes. Okay. Ooh, this is what we need to make easier. Floor is lava. Not literally, but it bloody well might be for my old knees. All right, so let's get the EcoFlow out of here. And we will bring it. You stay there, you very light piece of machinery, you. Put the bucket up there for now. We'll move our carpets. We'll start there, and we'll work our way this way. I only got one package, which has 4 pieces. We will see. I don't know if it will cover all of this to the door or not. All right, everybody just calm down. Okay, let's see. Ooh, will it fit underneath there? Oh, that'd be cool if it does. If it does fit underneath there, our little Milwaukee says it's 31 inches. Let's see what we got here. Hey, it's an afternoon of the Mainstays brand. Floor and sheets. Perfect. Ta-da! There we go. One package, more than enough. A little trimming left to do if I want to get like rid of that or I guess I could just add the end pieces, but yeah, this one should be a little bit better too. I staggered the joint so it should hold itself together a little bit better. It's not perfect, but I'll say this is the third time I've done this. It's super easy, it's super cheap, and it just makes this oh so much easier. You don't even know. You got pads on your feet. She's so very rarely ever on her knees. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen her on her knees. You bastard! But there we go. And I was just using my ruler for the straight cuts on it and whatnot. Now we can bring our mats back down here, give it a little bit more of a homey feel. But yeah, they make a world of difference. I love the laminate that I did choose. It is nice, but it is rock solid, and water has gotten into them and they have started to expand the boards, which sucks. But since it hurts my knees anyway, this is a nice quick fix. Covers up all those yucky bursting seams as they were. So there it is. This I should probably shake these mats out now. Get into the habit of that. But that is done, and I gotta go see if our new sheets are dry. Oh, perfect. Done and done. Okay, sheets, door, into the home with the new comfy floor. Close the door behind you when you raise in a barn. I went with king size because of the size of my bed, which is 69 inches this way by 72 inches that way. And the last bed was 72 by 48, and it was double that fit that. And when I look at the dimensions of the fitted sheet for doubles, I know the dimensions were larger both ways than the dimensions of my bed. So this is larger. My first thing was to look at queen. Unfortunately, the fitted sheet, the largest is 60. I don't know that I could make that work at 69. So let's see if this king size works. Well, there's a good thing I didn't get queen. This is, it's not a proper king. Make sure your oven mitts are properly placed. Little bit of slack in it, but oh my goodness, look at the bed and lucky. There is that giant flat sheet. I'm on it. On it. There we go. Well, there's the other pillowcase. Perfect. Well, let's get this out. May as well use everything. Yo, the tag already fell off. Somebody's gonna arrest us. You're not supposed to remove those. Maybe that's the tags on mattresses. I can't remember. Oh, it looks so good. I might have sort of had this planned for a very long time. I am so excited about this. It is massive. It is an awesome color scheme. Of course, it's from Dixon. Careful, careful, careful. You might end up liking something I like. Look at this bed. My goodness gracious. I can just go this way and I got all the room. Oh, so much room. This is why I did the rebuild. When I'm really getting down to the nitty gritty, and I did talk about it when it was happening and I was tearing everything out. But the size of this bed, that's what I knew I wanted. After 2.5 almost years living in this van full time, I knew without a shadow of a doubt, I needed a bigger bed. I am a big guy. I like to go camping. I got a little girl. You need space. And now here it is, all the space in the world. Get your mind out of the gutters, you nasty AF little so-and-sos. It is so cool. Oh, the tiny house on wheels looks freaking amazing. Minus the big pile of extra sheets over that way. But we ignore that. Don't even look at it. Just the rest of it is, all right, well, the rest of it needs work too. All right. Oh, I've had that Dixon blanket floating around for the longest time, you guys. I got it back in, I don't know, March, I think, on one of my return trips back to Calgary. I had ordered it, and it's just been in its bag, floating around between Grace and my parents' place. just waiting to go onto the new bed. And now here it is, and it looks so good in this new setup here. It's got a little bit of black, a little bit of gray, a little bit of white, soon to be covered absolutely in cat hair, and that okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Oh, I'm very happy. Okay, I'm going to tidy this place up as best as I can, get it as organized as possible, and then probably have a bite to eat and go get my little girl. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. Well, you're gonna have to wait for the next clip whenever I decide to hit the little red button on the phone again. That moment is right now. I'm going to give this chippy chicken salt a little bit of a try on one of its embryo cousins. Sure. And I just wanted to say too, whilst I peel this hard-boiled egg in my tiny home on wheels in the parking lot of a laundromat because I still haven't moved, I hope a lot of you don't get upset because I didn't, you know, tell you about the Dixon blanket as soon as I bought it. A little bit of chicken salt. Ooh, what comes out? Nice. Okay. Chicken salt on a chicken embryo. It's not bad. That's pretty good. I could see, actually, yeah, I really do like that. That would be good on fries as it advertises itself on the can. It looks so good. And as a matter of fact, I think the first seasoning we're going to put in one of these little suckers is the chicken salt. Come on, chicken salt. Can I just take the lid off? I don't think so. Push the little tab in. Chicken salt. There you go. That's kind of working. Say it with me now. All together. Quality content. Quality content. It's the pepper's turn. Yeah, I know I can just go buy pepper that's already ground up, but this is what I have on hand. All right. In the third one, we got some garlic salt from 3 Bar Farms. It's got a little chunk in it, so I'm going to break it up. This should be easier than the pepper. Oh, you berry. Get in there, you. Put this down before you make a bigger mess. You said you were supposed to be easier than. Get the Leatherman. Reason 2 to have a Leatherman. Bust up your garlic salt. Ah, worked like a charm. Ha! All right. And, oh, don't let it spill out. It's everywhere. We got, it smells great in here right now. And in the fourth and final one of this little stand, the Montreal steak spice. Because this is a very large bottle and it's very obnoxious. Now I just want a steak. All right, so we got chicken salt, pepper, garlic salt, and Montreal steak spice. Excellent. I'm also putting some Velcro on the back of the battery monitor to keep it up here for now, because I don't want it to think it can just live on top of the spices. You're also not going to live there permanently. I'm going to do something about all these wires, but that is a future Matthew problem for sure. But yes, place is slowly starting to come together. You wouldn't know it. Yep, what can I say? I got a stanky box. Right here, this is the culprit. Obviously I left something in there when I took it out of Lucky when I got to New Denver back in February. And it's not horrible, it's just annoying. I did like soak it in vinegar and wipe it out a few times before I put it into the back of Grace here, but it's still a little stinky. So we're gonna put this down here. So hopefully my precious Revitateas don't end up stinking like it. I'm sure it'll be fine. So there we go. Buried in there. And now this we need to talk about because this is annoying. I just had to turn the VTOMAN back on. I'm currently charging it with Grace. Is it pulling any bit? Oh yeah, it's pulling a little bit of a charge too. But in worse news, the VTOMAN keeps turning itself off. So I don't know if that is an issue, you know, if that's like a problem with the VTOMAN, or if that's supposed to happen by design. If it's by design, then it is wildly unreliable to be running a fridge for any sort of extended period of time. all that's plugged into the VTOMAN right now is that fridge through the cigarette. Yes, it's plugged in through the cigarette lighter port. What else? 12 volt port? I don't know. DC port, whatever. But that's all that is plugged in there right now, and I just let it run to run the fridge. And yeah, I've had to turn it on twice now. So I don't know how long it lasts for. The first time I noticed it the very next morning after putting it in Grace back in BC, and then I forgot to check it this morning, but I just checked it now and it was off again. Not a problem for me. All that's in there right now is a bottle of root beer and some Revita tea, and it's cold outside, so the fridge is retaining its temperature. But if this was the middle of the summer and I wanted that to be like a deep freeze or something, well, I'd be up that creek without a paddle. So I don't know, I'll keep my eye on that and do a little looking into it and see how it goes. In other news, my electrical wiring video just went live, and it was very quickly pointed out to me by a couple people that my house batteries are actually wired incorrectly. Well, they're wired right, but I'm not taking full advantage of the 300 amp hours I have as a possibility because I have both my positive and negative running off the same terminals, or like they're on the same battery. So we're going to correct that tomorrow, which means we're going to be doing another little bit of a dive into my electrical, and that's okay. The universe works in mysterious ways. What appears to be the port, my cigarette port in Lucky seems to have stopped working. Of course, my first thought was I blew a fuse, but I checked that fuse in the engine bay and it's fine. So I'm gonna test it with my multimeter tomorrow, make sure I still have power up here, and we will correct that in our own DIY way, as well as hopefully get the inverter wired in. So lots of like little things to do tomorrow. I was gonna take a little bit of a rest, but now the universe has other plans for me. And Brooklyn enjoyed a little bowl of yogurt earlier, and I forgot to clean it. Get the vinegar. This is how we end up with smells. You coming down? Yes, I know there's a car seat in the way. She will figure it out. Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this one up here. That was a good day. It's fun to start figuring everything out again, you know, like I remember back to when I first moved into the van and I was walking around places like Superstore and whatnot, looking at things and what could work here and what could work there. And as much of this build that is actually done right now, it's still a blank canvas in certain ways when it comes to quality of life stuff. So I'm going to remain on the hunt for that sort of stuff. And are you coming over here because you know that it's time to get your nails trimmed? Oh yes, oh yes. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to leave this one here and say, until tomorrow, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And remember, only dead fish go with the flow.